Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai, or you could call it the 7 Deadly Sins, on chapter 274. Now, this chapter right here, had to read it many times, and dang, dude, talk about some major changes to the game. Well, I don't think any changes, but crazy event just had to be shown. Last chapter, and now more revelation of this chapter and the ending of it and the next one, who the hell knows? So if anything else, let's just get this started. We had to that Estarossa finally gets into, or should I say, Mael goes into his real form, and King is like, why does Estarossa have the goddess wings? And Gother explains to King that Estarossa never existed to begin with. He is actually Mael. That's his original form. Mael of the four archangels. They go like, you serious? That's him? Even right now, Mael's like, what the hell's going on? Why am I having this nightmare? Wait a minute. What happened to my hair? And he remembers, and it goes back to the time where Mael was trying to copy his hairstyle like Ludashel, his older brother. And we have to it that I think Taria ends up mocking Mael by saying, look, man, I'm going to tell you right now, copying your style doesn't mean you're going to grow a spine, alright? And Sario goes like, hey, can you stop teasing him? Sario, Tarmiel, forgot, I always switch those two freaking archangels' names for some reason. But aside from that, Elizabeth says, I think it suits you or something, you know? And of course, like, Mael ends up actually working harder and kills some demons, and Ludasho says, as expected, my younger brother. And Mael asks, will I be like you someday? He goes like, I guarantee it. You will be the man to surpass me. Eventually, he ends up taking the lessons and ends up taking lessons from his brother by saying, there's no sin of killing the demons, as there was no greater justice than freeing the souls trapped in their cells of filth, you know? And that's when Mael became one of the very few things why he killed so many of them, because his brother taught him that they're the ones that ate the souls and feed it into their cells, and there's no problem freeing them from that grasp. And therefore, that's the reason why he became one of the strongest of the four archangels and became the angel of death. And he was really feared by the demon clan themselves, you know? And maybe only Meliodas himself was able to actually match Mael head to head. Maybe. It wasn't really confirmed or said, but that might be the possibility, because we all know Meliodas is the throne to the is the one true heir to the Demon King's throne, and Mael is known to be the strongest of the four archangels, etc., and became the angel of death to the demon clan. But eventually, he did say like he was his brother's pride and joy, and that made him really happy. But what makes him so upset is that Elizabeth chose Meliodas over him, and that's when he really got so angry, because like of how Elizabeth never cared for Mael as a lover, you know? And that's when but after when Mael saw Elizabeth having to kiss Meliodas, he ends up having a memory change where the part of Mael ends up saying, what am I saying, you know? As the memory is changing Mael into Estarossa, and he ends up saying, I have killed the strongest of the four archangels, you know, etc., etc., etc. And he realizes something is wrong with him, and that's when like freaking like Mael turned into Estarossa by cutting off his hair, had the same hairstyle as Meliodas, and ends up changing into something else. And we have to it that the grace he has ends up leaving him, and that's the reason why Sunshine went to Escanor, because like his grace actually left him the moment his memory changed and everything else went to hell, you know? And that's when that is when like the commandment love that Meliodas left behind was given by the Demon King. That is when like everyone's memory changed, and that's when like that's when Mael transformed into Estarossa after Gother and his other creation Gother ends up changing everyone's memories, you know? Simple words like that, etc. And that's when he ends up killing his goddess brethren and innocent lives, almost killed Elizabeth. And he realizes, like, What the hell did I do? This isn't a nightmare. It lingers in my hands. I freaking killed thousands of my brethren and the incineration of many innocent people and commoners. Who the hell did this? And Gotha steps up and says, I'm the one that did this to you. The responsibility lies with me, so you may destroy me. And that's when half of freaking Mael and half of Estarossa is still there, stares at Gotha in pure rage. So, yeah. I guess, like, I guess that's how things became, you know? What I could really tell you right now about the simplicity of this chapter or simple sentences of this chapter is that Gotha reveals that Estarossa never existed and that he is actually Mael. And we get a backstory when Mael ends up becoming one of the strongest 4 archangels, as his brother taught him, that the demons ends up like eating the souls, you know, and you are just releasing them, you know. There's no greater good than that. And that's how Mael ends up becoming very strong, becoming one of the strongest of the 4 archangels and the angel of death, and the demon clad feared him so much. So I guess like that's the reason why Mael became what he is, because of like his brother taught him, you know, and he just kept killing demons, and he ended up becoming known as the strongest of the 4 archangels and the angel of death. But we also get to know that when he saw Elizabeth and Meliodas actually loving and kissing each other, that's when his memory changed for the worse, because of Gotha's magic, you know, both Gotha's magic. And that's when his grace left him, and he ends up absorbing the commandment of love and becomes a powerful, terrifying demon, and ends up having to like kill so many innocent lives and goddess brethren. And that's when he gets so upset, and Gotha steps up and says, I'm the one that's responsible for your sin. You may destroy me, etc. So yeah, pretty much like this chapter was very, very intense, you know. I mean, like Mael became known as the strongest of the 4 archangels and the angel of death, while Meliodas back then became one of the most powerful demons existed and the heir to the demon king's throne. Just shows that these two could be equally matched. And that could be actually said because like Mael's sunshine, you know, we all know how strong that is, and he only managed to win in that 1 minute when he had the 1. Just reminding you. So my only question is, will Mael and Meliodas actually fight each other in the future? But that is for another time, as Mael is now going back, as Estarossa is going to Mael right now, and Gotha reveals that he's responsible, so you can kill me. So the next chapter is called Hearts as One. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it might be related to Gotha. So looks like to me it's going to be a little nasty. So we'll have to see. Until then, I will see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!